I'm Janelle, pronouns she, her.
Gavin, he, him. Welcome to Tier 0. This is leading off with Numeron versus Dark World. Let's get into it. Looks like our players are drawing opening hands.
Let's see.
For those of you unfamiliar, Numeron is a blind second OTK strategy, and Dark World has recently become a hand loop machine, using Silva discards to loop your opponent for 2 each turn. Led off by discarding Ginta to his special effect to search the field spell Gates of Dark World. This is a soft once per turn per copy of Ginta. Activating Gates of the Dark World. This allows you to banish a Dark World from your graveyard, discard a Dark World, and then draw a card.
Okay, Troll and Leopard. Right? No.
This has been, looks like Ghost Ogred to pop the field spell. Notably, this does still allow the discard effect. That is a cost. Ginta has a second effect, a hard once per turn, to when he's banished by the effect of a Dark World card to special summon himself from banished to the field. So you see him place the Ginta in attack onto the field, and then draw a card off of Gates, search off of Rainbow. Looks like the search off of Rainbow is a level 7 or below, or level 5 or above Dark World monster, and you see him search Grapha, Dragon Overlord of Dark World. He's going to activate the graveyard effect of Rainbow, picking up his Ginta to place Rainbow onto the field from the graveyard. Ginta, second effect to search again. He's going to grab another copy of Gates of the Dark World. Such a powerful resource loop. This card really does read like a custom card. Came from the recent structure deck. Very powerful.
Yep.
Activate second Gates.
Gates opponent doesn't have any significant interaction here. We are going to be seeing a very quick game.
Activating a second Gates of Dark World, soft once per again, discarding Rainbow once again to search Silva. This is the card that when discarded by your card effect will special summon himself to your field. He's a level 5 fiend. When he's discarded by an opponent's card effect, your opponent takes 2 cards from their hand and places them on the bottom of the deck. Ideally, I assume this is the effect we are attempting to resolve as many times as possible this game.
Yeah, a lot of Dark World's more powerful recent cards allow you to have your opponent make you discard cards.
That's correct.
Which gets all of the Dark World's extra effects.
Cerulli is a great example. When discarded, it summons itself to your opponent's field and then forces the opponent to activate an effect to make you discard a card, which triggers all of your Dark World's second effects. I'm looking at the hand and I can see a Salamander Catalyzer right there at the front. This is a fantastic new card that came out a few months ago, I believe. Effect lets you reveal itself and a Dark World or a Fiend monster in your hand, and then special summon one, discard the other. Very powerful effect. But it looks like we're just going to set a card. I believe that was the fusion spell, Accession, and pass the turnover. We have Numeron, Mr. Chad, activating Terraforming, looking for Numeron Network. This is the card that makes the deck.
The entirety of the Numeron engine functions exclusively off of the card Numeron Network, which allows you to summon the entire combo.
Looks like we are going to Gadarla, the Rainbow. So we've got a Kaiju here, special summoned by tributing an opponent's monster. Activate Network. Network effect is going to search Numeron Calling, if this resolves. We are going to activate Accession in response. This is a quick play fusion spell that allows you to fusion summon a Dark World fusion monster by discarding monsters from your hand or banishing from the graveyard. So you'll see us discard this Grapha along with a Silva to fusion summon the big Grapha Dragon Overlord of Dark World. He's going to activate the effects of the Dark Worlds he discarded from his hand, as Accession does let you discard a card for its effect. So he's going to have Silva special summon himself. Grapha, when discarded, pops a spell or any card on the field your opponent controls. So he's going to activate it, targeting Numeron Network. For those of you unaware of what the fusion for Dark World does, I'm a bit of a Dark World player myself. He is a once per turn Omni Negate that turns your opponent's activated effect into your opponent discards a card. Here we see him summoning Silva. Ideally, this Grapha should have also been summoned, as that's part of his condition when he's discarded, but completely understandable to miss it in such a convoluted game state like this. Numeron player is going to link off for... this is Infinitrack. It's their Link 3. It requires 3 machine monsters, which all of the Numeron XZs are machines.
Yeah, the Numeron engine is extremely efficient at getting link material.
You often see them linked off for Sunya, but obviously you can do plenty of things exactly like this. There's a lot of tech cards you can play in your extra deck. Looks like Chad is going to set 2. One of them, I believe, was Rivalry of Warlords, a fantastic floodgate for an OTK deck to be playing. Unfortunately, not quite the card, the floodgate you want to see in a matchup where the entirety of your opponent's deck is all one monster type. Rivalry of Warlords, for those of you at home who don't know, locks your opponent, both players, into summoning only one typing of monster, which is very, very powerful, except for when you're playing against an exclusively Fiend deck.
It also sends any other monsters.
Yes, it sends any other monsters that are not of those
So
types.
we'll likely see the Kaiju monster here go when the rivalry is activated.
Yes, Godarla notably an insect.
So we're a type of monster. Oh, a type of fiend.
Yep. Yeah. My days playing Stun, I have played quite a few Rivalry of Warlords.
Please remove this card.
Yeah, I definitely think the limits to Floodgate type cards has been a boon to modern Yu-Gi-Oh! As much as I have an affinity for them myself.
Looks like we have activated Gates of Dark World, discarding a beige, and banishing a rainbow. Beige has an effect when he's discarded, he just summons himself as a level 4 body.
Looks like we're looking for a Link monster to link into.
Yeah, I believe we are searching for a Link 2. If I had to guess, I would probably say Moocracker from the Underworld.
Yep.
Or Muckraker, however.
I imagine
I've seen
it's
it both.
Muckraker.
I've seen it both, unfortunately, even on YCS
we're-
recovery, or YCS coverage. We're going to activate Salamander Catalyzer, summon Ceruli, discarding Catalyzer.
Oh,
Looks like that is I believe that's a Nemesis Corridor, if I have to guess.
either way, not something.
It is
you
not
can summon
summonable under Rivalry. Believe that would be a Thunder monster.
Looks like we were looking to make a play with this card.
I assume we were looking to summon it, and if I had to guess, link into Saryuya Skulldread is the typical play that I see quite often from Dark World. Just a nice draw 3 pitched, draw 3 shuffled, or draw 4 shuffle 3 back. Just a strict +1. But instead, it looks like we are going to make a link 4 using Underworld Goddess. She is essentially a link kaiju, allows you to use one of your opponent's monsters as link material. So we're going to link away our Dark Worlds and the Infinitrack, clears that pseudo towers. Very good card to just be generically in the extra deck. Also notably a Fiend.
Yep. Rivalry of Warlords, not exactly a strong card against a Dark World specifically.
Notably Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Most people only see her as a way to clear towers, or a link kaiju. Notably, she does have a relevant extra effect. She is a negate against targeting once per turn. Against targeted effects.
Activate the rainbow effect.
Yes, we're gonna activate Rainbow, pick up Silva.
being able to bounce Silva back to your hand to summon back Rainbow or Grapha is one of the main ways this deck continues to resource gain.
Place plenty of cards in your hand. We are going to activate the graveyard effect of Accession, picking it up and discarding a card for cost. So we are going to put it back in our hand, discard Silva summon back, activate Accession. I presume we likely do not have another Grapha in hand, so we're probably going to be, looks like we are banishing Cerulean Grapha from the graveyard as a cost. I assume we're making another big Grapha.
Yep, this card, very powerful interaction that is hard to fight through. Obviously added by Kaijus, but...
and we will concede to big Grapha. That is 8k right there. Honestly, clean game. Really unfortunate that just not the right type of interaction from Numeron, and beating the Dark World resource loop is quite difficult without specific Graveyard Hate or Droll and Lockbird, which I expect to see, if I had to guess, multiple copies of Droll cited in here.
Yep.
Looks like
we see a Nibiru in the hand of the
I see a
Numeron player.
Forbidden Droplet. These cards are going to be very relevant. And Dark World has once again opened a Genta. We are off to the races. It is slightly unfortunate to have your Dark World opponent, go first, being an OTK, like blind second deck, because Dark World is very efficient if the pilot is good at looping you for quite a few cards. Can just strip resources straight from your hand if they get to go first. But unfortunately, Numeron is such a one-dimensional deck that they do not have very many going first options. So this may be still just have to risk it and hope he doesn't open perfect. Looks like we have activated Gates of Dark World, banishing Genta, pitching Grapha. Grapha is a very powerful card to pitch. He drew a card. Genta, looks like we have missed the special summon on Genta, or perhaps choosing not to do so. We drew a Foolish Burial. We can go ahead and activate. Looks like we are going to send, if I had to presume, probably another big Dark World. Likely Rainbow.
Yeah.
It's Zephyr, our honorary Dark World. Zephyr has an effect in the graveyard where you can pay 400 life points, pick up a monster from your field, or I believe it's discard a monster from your hand and place him onto the battlefield. He's a level 4 body that enables your Dark World cards to get into the graveyard. We are cycling Gates for Gates. Soft once per turn. Very, very powerful. Banish Grapha for cost. Pitch Salamander Catalyzer, which is a fiend. Does fulfill the cost. Draw a card. I believe this is Ken. One of the new Ken and Gin cards. Very interesting. He searches his brother.
This is the engine they were trying to play into under Rivalry Warlords last game.
That does check out. Which, I believe these are if this is Ken and Gin, I believe these are warriors. We have now successfully forced our opponent to activate an effect to us to discard. He's going to be required to place 2 cards from his hand on the bottom of his deck in any order, and special summon Silva.
Yeah. This is a very bad position to be in for the extremely reactive Numeron deck.
That being said, Numeron is well known for playing mini board breakers and drawing a lightning storm, etc. can be.
And then activating our triple tactics thrust because we have given our opponent a monster talents.
Talents. Thrust is the newer one, yes. Yeah. But yes, we've given our opponent a monster.
And they have activated that effect, and thus we have fulfilled the condition of talents.
Looks like we have talents to draw to.
Yep. Getting a third Gates.
I believe we drew a Genta off of that, and we've activated Genta's effect to find our third gate.
Yep.
We love soft once per turns here. This deck truly, truly thrives off of it. We are now choosing to activate the effect of Genta.
Yep.
Pitching a Beige. Beige is going to summon, so we have, looks like 2 level 4s, a level 5, a level 3. And we are going to Nibiru here. Very, very smart. I believe this was the correct Nibiru choke point before we can start making any of our XZs, etc. Looks like we're just going to calculate up the stats for this Nibiru token. Looks like the Dark Lord player would like to point out the effects, the static effect of Gates of Dark World, which gives all Fiend monsters plus 300 attack raw on their field.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I believe the Nibiru token is a rock, which would not benefit from Gates of Dark World.
Well, it'll count up the extra attack from all of the fiends
It
that have
does.
on board. So it should be 6,900.
I believe so. It'd be 6,900 attack, and I want to say about 8,300 defense. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% certain the defense of Kin and Gin, but that reads correctly to me. 6,066.
66. Okay.
Take that damn thing.
Yo, this token is.
Oh, my token.
Yeah, it's gonna be in defense position.
And so we're going to place it in defense. Interesting for an OTK deck to want to place this in defense. He must have a way to clear it, I would assume.
What level?
As the players asked, notably, yes, the Nibiru token is a level 11, a quite awkward level token to have. Makes any synchro plays, XZs, all these things quite awkward. Looks like we're having a debate about whether it should have been summoned in attack or defense. Looks like we are going to decide it is going to be an attack. Exactly what I presumed if we're trying to get our Numeron OTK in. Kind of hard to OTK through a defense monster.
Sure.
Alright, so we've picked up gates for Zephyr. We didn't pay 400, so we are looking at about 76 to 8k.
That'll let us reuse our gates again.
It does allow us to reset soft one spur.
Banish the catalyzer.
Discard Grapha.
Yep.
Pop Nib. Interesting. Very smart.
Discard Genta.
Third Genta.
I don't believe we have another gates
I don't
to
believe so
actually search,
either.
so I think we're just shuffling our library. Our deck. Bit of a Magic player myself.
Oh, the infamous Yu-Gi-Oh! Graveyard Slide. Love to see it. So we have failed to find our gate. I assumed we had been through all three. And so we are going to end on just Zephyr, a large token, and gates.
Yep.
Still better than having no body at all.
True.
There are a lot of really powerful draws if we make it through this turn. Without much interaction, I can't foresee us making it too terribly far through this turn. But if we do, there Gentus is a reasonable draw. Any of our level 4s gets us into Dugares.
Yep. On the Numeron side, we've opened Terraforming into Numeron Call, which allows us to get our engine going. This is going to summon all of our rank 1 Exes, Numerons, and the field spell also allows us to activate their effects without having to detach materials.
Moving straight to battle. So we've attacked into the Zephyr. We're going to take 300 here, as this is a 1,000 versus a 1,300 attack. But after attacks, we are going to activate the effects of these Numerons, the Xyz, which is going to double the attacks of all of them. So we've gone from 1,000 to 2,000. Now we're going to swing the 2k into the 13. Activate. We have a 4k. We're going to swing a 4k into a 6,600. Activate. And then swing this 8,000 into the token. Looks like we have cleared it up. OTK machine does do its OTK.
Heading on to game 3.
I would presume we're going to make the Numeron deck go first. very interesting, very excited to see what kind of plays Numeron can make going first. I know they do play things like Apollosa, a few pieces of interaction. But it looks like Dark World has chosen to go on the play again.
Yep. And we have opened our Genta. Genta into Gates being an extremely ideal opening for the Dark World deck.
Looking at a player's hands, I see a Nibiru and a Featherstorm, or Harpy's Featherstorm. Feather Duster? Duster. Sorry, I'm on flu brain today.
Oh, but I believe we'll be seeing a bit of that later.
Ooh, very powerful. Discarding Snow. Snow is the Omni Searcher for the deck. When discarded by a card effect, will search any Dark World card from your deck to your hand. I believe here, Cerule. Cerule is a very powerful one. This is the one that enables Silva discards for the hand loop. Notably, Snow does not specify monster card. It can also get you a field spell, your accession, any of the structure deck Dark World tech cards you're playing. I've seen plenty of people play Puppetry in the side for a little bit of graveyard hate, etc. And having Snow being a universal searcher for all of them is very good.
Yep.
Looks like here we're going to activate Catalyzer, discarding Cerule. Cerule's going to summon. I presume we have a Snow in hand. We do.
Yep.
Or Silva. Silva's going to summon, hand loop for 2. And we are left with 2 level 4s and a level 5. Our opponent has 1 defense position, level 1 monster. Here's the talents again.
Talents, presumably to draw 2, extend our combo.
Notably,
no,
choosing
we'll be
to
taking a
thought
card.
sorry, magic term. We are going to look at our opponent's hand, and they're going to discard a card.
Yep.
We're going to take the Nibiru. We now know that he has a Duster and 1 monster card that I did not see. Here's our draw 2. Allure of Darkness.
Yep.
Draw 2, banish Grapha. Looks like the last card in our hand was a card destruction, not an exceptionally powerful card with 1 card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But no problems. We are going to overlay for Dugares. I presume we're going to activate the effect to skip our next draw phase, and then draw 2 cards, discard 1.
Yep.
Notably, this should have been detaching both of materials, as the cost for Dugares is detached 2. I don't think it's going to have much effect on the game, on the outcome of this game. We did detach the Genta. We were left with a Catalyzer under Dugares. We've drawn, discarded Rainbow, Rainbow Search Grapha.
Yep.
I presume this Silva is going to come back to hand for Rainbow, and then if we have a way to get Grapha into... We do have a way to get Grapha into the graveyard. We have a card destruction. Would be a very powerful play to put Grapha in the graveyard.
That'll also give us a chance to find Accession, which will leave us with an extremely powerful negate on our opponent's turn.
Looks like we did draw a second Genta. Genta's going to cycle Gates, which is also another way for us to put Grapha into the graveyard. Wonderful. I expect to see Silva picked up for Rainbow, Grapha discarded, Genta banished, and then we're going to end up with a Grapha and Rainbow on board, I believe. Pop Cerule, we've cleared the board. Notably, clearing the Cerule from our opponent's field does open Numeron Wall as a live draw. As for you to activate its effect, you can't summon it, or you can't control any monsters.
True.
Janelle, do you have any preferences on which deck you're rooting for?
I think the Dark World player has been in a commanding position for most of this.
I would presume to.
And I didn't quite see what monster the Numeron player has, but it doesn't look like they have access to Numeron Call. Or, well, Numeron Network to get Numeron Call, which means this is probably going to be a very quick game. Without access to the field spell, this deck kind of just flounders and can't really do much. We will kaiju.
We will
the
kaiju the
Dugaras.
Dugaras.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
okay, we're going
No,
to
the
choose the
rainbow.
rainbow. That was the one I would presume would get kaiju'd. We have a Gamseel, our funny little sea turtle. Harpies clears the gates.
Yep. Not that.
We are looking at a Sky Typhon. This is just a body for us to exease onto.
Putting the kaiju back in our hand.
Bounce Kaiju, clear over Dugares, and we are passing on a, I believe this is a 3K body with no other relevant effects. Notably, special summoning Sky Typhon prevents us from special summoning for the rest of the turn, so I would presume this is just our simplify the game state down and hope that our opponent didn't draw gas. Unfortunately, we do know that there is a number of Dark World cards in hand and a card destruction, which means we are going to be able to place at least some number of bodies onto the field. And we have drawn Accession.
Yep.
I believe this game will probably be cleared up here shortly. Accession is going to banish Grapha and Genta from our graveyard to special summon the Fusion. We're going to trigger Genta because it was banished by the effect of a Dark World card, and he's going to special summon himself. I believe there is a rainbow left in the graveyard. We can bounce Genta for rainbow. We are opting to card destruction. Discard this Silva. Silva's going to summon. And our draw was a triple tactics talent, I believe. Not currently able to activate the effect. If Chad has, our Numeron player, has drawn a point of interaction, whether it be a hand trap.
No. The only card we have in hand is the kaiju.
No, the kaiju was discarded from card destruction.
Oh, true. Right. So we do have the potential of finding something.
Looks like our Dark World player needs to get a better look at this. Going to swing over the Typhon, so we have access to our effects again on field.
Yep.
Genta in for 1K, Silva in for 20 or 2K. Notably, we have chosen to place our fusion in the extra monster zone, so we are unfortunately unable to link for a link 2. We can make a link. Illegal play. Yep. Numeron player was very quick on that one.
Yep. Looks like we did not realize that we would have to place our link monster in the link zone. Mm-hmm. So we are passing off, setting our talents.
And we have drawn a Lava Golem. That does indeed clear these monsters.
Yep.
Lava Golem is a 3K monster going to make us take 1K during our standby phase. We've chosen to banish the rainbow with Called by the Grave. just kind of thin down their resource loop a little bit. Move our Lava Golem, 3k beater put into attack. We should be looking at around 7k to, I believe, 56. Normal summon Zephyr. And that is going to clear it. 2-1. I'm really glad we did get to see the Numeron deck do its thing. It is when uncontested or uninterrupted, it is a very powerful OTK strategy.
Mm-hmm. And resource engine in general. Being able to get 4 materials for essentially 1 card is very powerful. This game we have Dark World versus Tenpai. Our Dark World player returning with a new opponent. Tenpai is an extremely powerful and consistent OTK strategy that functions almost entirely in the battle phase. Looks like our Dark World player is going first, yes. And players are drawing their hands.
Making a mistake of my life?
Don't start yet.
That's fine.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to fly.
Looks like our players are waiting for the timer to start.
Go ahead, buddy.
Activating Catalyzer to send snow.
Thank you. Good.
Opponent does not respond. They're getting, that's Ceruli, I think.
That is indeed Ceruli,
Yep.
our level 1. So if we're searching Ceruli, I would
Looks
presume
like-
we have Silva already.
Our Tenpai has an Effect Veiler in hand, has Open Sangan Summoning, and has an Ibiru as well. Very powerful opening hand from them with a lot of interaction and combo. Ghost Ogre as well.
Notably, Tenpai is quite a powerful meta contender currently, as it is able to play a significant number of non-engine, such as board breakers, hand traps, etc., while being a powerful battle phase OTK strategy of its own record.
Yep. Looks like we're thinking on Ceruli Effect.
We've discarded Silva effect, summon, and we are
2 cards
leaping
at the
for
bottom.
2. I would presume we would want to keep Sangan summoning,
Yep.
and hopefully a name, as I believe Tenpai is a 1.5 card combo deck.
As long as we have Sangan Summoning and a card in hand to discard, we have the full combo.
Wonderful.
It is a very resource light combo. Our Sangan Summoning will get us to Tenpai Dragon Pydra, which basically does the rest by itself.
We are now going to tactics.
This
We kept
likely,
Nibiru. Very
Yep.
no.
Lose our Sangan Summoning here.
Sangan summoning. We're left with Nibiru that our opponent knows about and can now functionally play around. And we have done so by passing the turn. This Lightning Storm was not a legal play. I would like to note that, as he does control a Ceruli, he cannot activate Lightning Storm as it requires you to have no cards in field. Hopefully that doesn't matter too terribly much. But I believe that was indeed an illegal play. So we've left Ceruli in defense, passed, opened another copy of Gates. Gates is going to banish Catalyzer, summon, or banish Catalyzer, discard Catalyzer. Here's our kin.
Yep. This is another effect that enables our Dark Worlds to get their secondary effects, because it is an effect controlled by our opponent.
So we're going to draw 2, pitch 1. Hopefully these are good draws. Pitch rainbow effect. Likely going to find Grapha. There he is. Okay, so we've revealed Catalyzer. We are going to pitch Grapha Special Catalyzer. You've chosen to simplify the game state and just summon the Grapha. He is indeed quite a large body on his own.
You can bounce the Catalyzer to summon the Grapha.
No. Catalyzer reveals a fiend in hand and himself, and you choose one to discard and special the other.
Ah, I see.
And we are going to
concept
scoop it up as we did not draw a live answer.
Yep.
And I believe actually that was quite an intelligent play from our Dark World player, as he plays around Nibiru by just strictly summoning the Grapha on his fourth summon, instead of then using Grapha's graveyard effect to bounce for another summon. That would have been 5, I believe.
Brother.
All right.
I believe this is likely going to be another case of
Yep.
the Dark World player being made to go first,
Yep.
as we are playing against another OTK strategy.
Yeah. Tenpai thrives off of going second and just sheer forcing your opponent out of the game.
I have indeed seen them place 30,000 plus attack on field before, which is
with
quite impressive.
the very silly effect of Trident Dragion.
Yeah, I must concede to Janelle here, as I am not much of a Tenpai player, but I do know the basis of the strategy. I do have to say, I love the Spider-Man field center. I love silly field centers. One of my favorite pieces, little bits of deck, like customization you get to show off in Yu-Gi-Oh. So we have drawn 2, discarded from Kinningen. We've discarded Snow, going to search a Silva. Looks like we do have a hand loop plan on the go.
Yep.
Genta for Gates, Gates effect, banish Genta, summon Genta. It is very apparent, this power level of Dark World, the difference in power level that is, between games where you open Genta and don't open Genta.
Oh, hang on, let me see that. The one is banish and specials. Is that on a new chain though?
It's on banishing it for.
It is indeed an effect that is going to activate on a new chain.
Banish first, you discard, and then you special. Then you draw. Yep. Then you draw, and then you do new chain. I'm gonna chain Dogwood. Yes. So you can special this.
Dogwood to negate the effect of a special summon.
Yes, because the effect was to if this
Oh,
is
okay.
banish special,
I see,
like
I see.
Dark World card, right? Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, in that case, hang on.
truly.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me think about that. Actually, sorry, I'm messing up timing here. So I popped this.
Yes.
You did the effect to banish, discard, and draw. You no longer control a Dark World card, so you can't do that.
Can't do what?
Special this back. Because you no longer control a Dark World card. Is this a Dark World card? Okay, so you can put that back.
No, that's fine. Can I still do that? It's a really took up to you.
Oh, okay.
We'll discard Sylvia off the Cerulli. Off of Sylvia will
Yeah.
special.
Looks like we were having a little bit of debate about whether Genta could be summoned back now that Gates is gone, which is correct. He does require you to control a Dark World card.
This one is
I believe this is the first time we've seen it on camera for that to be relevant.
Dogwood. He each time you summon a monster
We've
during
activated the
your
effect
battle
of
phase,
Ghost.
you gain its life points.
This is
It's
Ghost Sister and Spooky
bottom two, you
Dogwood.
said?
Each time your opponent special summons a monster, you gain attack, or you gain life points equal to its attack. However, if your opponent does not special summon a monster and you don't gain life points by this effect, you have your life points during the end phase.
Stand by. Warrior, and this is I'm going to add a level 4 lower fire dragon.
Yep. This will get us to Tenpai Dragon Pydra, and we have another card in our hand, so this is likely the full combo if the Dark World player does not have any interaction.
Notably, I believe that's because Pydra will find us the field spell.
The Sangan Summoning, yes. Yep.
Full effect, add a singing spell trap.
Yep.
Summoning.
Yeah. Very consistent strategy from Tenpai.
Snap.
Through our extra deck to try to find our specific combo line. Flowing through them can be very complicated depending.
Effect, add a Tenpai Dragon discard card.
So we've activated summoning effect.
Add
We're going
Chandra.
to find Chandra,
Chandra.
and then I presume we'll discard
Yep.
Ash Blossom.
Effect
Yep.
of Chandra is a control fire dragon special summon itself.
Special summon itself. And then its effect can also summon the third one later on.
And at the end of the battle phase. Correct. I'm going to swap to attack position.
Yep.
When I go to the
Tenpai
battle
Dragon's abilities count the number of attacks
phase,
that
one,
have
I take
happened
no
this
battle
turn.
damage while I control fire. Fire dragon monsters, when I
so-
duel with them, I don't take battle damage. I'm going to declare an attack on Gen. Trigger effect on started damage type special from deck.
So Chandra on attack is going to special the third
Well,
Tenpai.
the Pydra is attacking. During the damage step, Chandra can special summon a Tenpai Dragon from deck.
Completes, hitting the Gen for 800. I'm then going to declare another attack. It's going to do nothing because I take no battle
Yep.
damage. I'm basically just getting attacked. So I've attacked.
Yep.
Still in the battle
Looks like
phase.
the players are
Effect
very
quick
efficient about, concise about explaining their game states. Much appreciated.
And now we're using our battle phase effect to synchro summon into Bident Dragon. Itself a tuner, which is going to special summon one back.
I believe
Attacking over.
if there were three or more attacks this battle phase, it special summons a Tenpai from the graveyard.
Green effect quick synchro.
Yep.
We're
Now
gonna
we're
act-
going into the.
Non-activated effects during the battle phase.
Yep.
Once per dual effect reborn.
Yep.
3,000, 26, 13.
And that should be the
That
game.
looks to be lethal.
Yep.
Very, very efficient.
Yep.
Fine, I guess. Alrighty, there you go.
We'll try it.
We'll try it then. Alrighty. Brother, this
So we are
is
1-1. I presume Dark World will choose to go first this turn.
Yep. I think both players are generally in agreement of who needs to go first. Dark World needs to make a board that Tenpai has a hard time breaking, and the Tenpai simply wants to go second in order to win the game on the first turn possible.
Looks like our Dark World player here has activated one of the new continuous spell effects from the structure deck. That is Dark World Archives, I believe. When an effect of a Dark World card forces you to discard, you can then choose to, on a new chain, discard an additional card to draw two.
This card is
Yep.
banished and equals Dark World. Oh, if you discard this card to the graveyard.
Search, right?
So we've
Yeah,
activated
this card is
Genta
off,
to
and
attempt to
then you just
search
discard
for
it.
a Gates.
To draw the two.
Let me see here.
Because it got discarded by its own effect.
this first. This resolves first, and then this goes through.
No. I'm discarding him off of his order.
Oh, you're just doing that separately, and then you're
And
gonna
then
do this.
discard
Yes.
another one.
Yes.
So I draw 2.
Yes. So his effect. So it'll be chain 2 for this, and then chain 1 for this.
That's right.
So you're gonna resolve backwards. Archives
two.
first. Yep. And then you do your effective again.
And then I do my effective range.
Yep.
I'll search for a gate, a gate dark. Search for Sylvia, rainbow, a gate.
Yep.
Just shortcutting a little bit, we're going to grab our gates from Genta, Silva from Rainbow. We've already drawn our 2 from Archives. Notably, Archives does have another effect that most people don't particularly think about. It allows you to discard a Dark World to give all of your other Dark World monsters attack equal to its level times 100. Very powerful, discarding a level 8 like Grapha. Puts Grapha in graveyard and gives your monsters a quite substantial attack bonus to go ahead and OTK over something. So we have discarded Ceruli summon.
Looks like we're declining to special summon Genta.
We have declined the special again, so that's correct. We're summoned Silva, hand loot for 2. I see a Talents in hand. This is likely going to try to snag another card from the Tenpai player.
All right. Okay. Looks like our opponent is on Imperm. Is that...
Did I activate a monster effect this turn? Oh, because you summoned it. Oh.
Yep.
It's shut. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna do the effective rainbow.
So his effect count. So his effect is to special himself. Special. Discard this card graveyard. Add on 5. Discard this card. Well, you special somebody for level 7 Dark World. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we were discussing the effect of Rainbow. Rainbow's effect is lets you pick up a 7 or lower Dark World to put in your hand to special him from graveyard. So we were trying to, I assume we were discussing which Dark World was going to be picked up or how we were summoning it. Just a little bit of confusion between the 2 players. It is an inherent summoning, so it does not start a chain. All of the big Dark World monsters from graveyard who special summon themselves, so being Grapha and Rainbow, both are inherent summons. It looks like we are going to opt not to continue any of our plays, as we know our opponent has a Nibiru. So we're just going to pass on a quite large body.
30, he's 33 right now.
33 because he gains the Dark World.
33.
Gains the Dark World. Yep.
But your guy also gets
Yeah, because it's all fiends.
fiends,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Time and add.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got our Hydra. So we do have our combo going.
Hydra.
So efficient.
Unless our Dark World player has some interaction, this looks like it's going to be a pretty easy combo line to just take it out.
Summoning.
Yep.
So activate effect.
Yep.
Add Tenpai Dragon. Discard a card.
I just got
No, I do. I added Tenpai Dragon. To this.
Yeah, you know you want to
You think I'm gonna let you? Just,
Our Dark World player is so eager to discard anytime.
We're gonna discard Magma.
Discarding Bestial Magnuma, a one of. Just another non-engine piece.
Yeah, because I'm gonna
do
be able to
you
pop
win?
it.
Are you gonna?
I gotta make sure I can get there, but I believe I can.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Okay. We will go to battle phase.
Yeah.
We're going to declare declare the attack.
asking his
Trigger
opponent,
effect on damage type special.
do you have it? Can you show me?
Yep. Fadra will come in, and this will make it so that
This is our
we are
three.
not losing our dragons for
We're going to just keep declaring
attacking
attacks
in.
here, just to get the attack number up. We're going to
Yep.
go red effect quick synchro.
Get all 3 of our attacks in.
And I likely believe this is going to be the same line we
Yep.
saw last game.
Reborn this one.
Just very quick, clean, concise.
Yep.
We're going to go effect quick synchro. Transcend into not activate effects during the battle phase.
Yep.
Once the effect reborn, destroy a trap. Or a spell trap, I mean. Yeah, spell trap. You see, I don't want to destroy something that gives you something.
Looks like he's deciding to destroy not his Sangan summoning, but another one of the Dark World cards.
Yep. You can destroy Sengen summoning later in the chain with Trident Dragion's effect for more impact, but I don't. We will be going to Trident Dragon. Yep. Which will destroy both of those, double its attack, and get 2 additional attacks, 6k each, and then special summon itself back.
Oh, he's going to choose to destroy the rainbow. Just clear the board.
Yep.
No reason to do any more math than necessary. Swing over.
Yep,
Very
that
quick,
is-
efficient.
At the end, a 3k and 3 6k attacks.
That is 21,000 damage.
Yep. And not accounting for any of the stuff earlier.
Alright, so Tenpai takes the win over Dark Worlds. Looks like we're going to play Tenpai into Fluanderies. Now, I can't particularly say I've played this matchup. I've played a fair bit of Fluanderies in my own time. And I know that Fluanderies going first can put up quite a bit of interaction.
Our Tenpai opponent, our Tenpai player is either very happy or very sad with whatever they've drawn.
It appears that they have opened 5 hand traps.
Not ideal for a deck that wants to open at least one piece of search.
Alright, our Flu player is going to activate Terraforming. He's going to go get Magnificent Map. Map is going to allow us to find any of our level 1 birds. Oh, we have also opened Winds.
Yes, he's still at the bottom of the 2.
Oh, losing our Ryza and
Very-
Impen for no effect.
Very powerful interaction.
To my knowledge, he's supposed to have to remain face up on the board.
Okay. Well, it's bottom.
That is correct. For you to finish resolving that effect, it does have to be on the board.
Draw. Brother, this hand.
Flu has efficiently hand looped themselves for 2, but notably not that bad if they draw one of their small birds.
I can't kill you.
He has placed his Ryza and his
Yep.
Impin targets back in the deck.
Magnum effect.
Our Tenpai player has unfortunately not drawn any of their combo pieces.
He has opened Magnemut. Magnemut's going to banish his own hand trap.
Yep.
Punch in for 25.
Yep.
In phase, search a dragon. Notably, I can almost
will-
guarantee we will find Pydra.
Yep. It will find our combo piece. Time to find out whether the Flu player can lock this game up before it gets down on the board.
Looks like Flu is going to get another turn, and there are quite a few live draws in this deck. He's on standby main.
Go ahead.
Activate
Oh,
Prosperity.
no, where is your extra deck?
Still in the box.
Honestly, not an uncommon mistake for a Flu player. Not a deck that's very reliant on their extra deck.
True.
Prosperity is going to get ashed. We have simplified this game state down significantly.
Okay, draw.
So we know that one cards in hand are a map and an unknown.
Oh, and we have drawn a Sangan summoning off the top.
This game is going to be cleared up very quickly.
Yep.
I believe this is going to go get Kyra now?
This will get the quick play spell that allows you to special summon or search.
Kaiman.
Summoning.
Activate the summoning we drew, and that's all she wrote, folks.
Yep. Oh, discard the Duster likely.
As I don't
Add Chundra.
expect...
Yep.
I don't expect the Flu player to be playing a Battle Fader or anything. So bit of a callback with that one.
Discard Warners.
A spell and a trap in hand.
Useful anyway. Chundra is a control fire dragon special.
Specials.
Battle phase. 25, 17, 15, that's 42.
It is quite unfortunate. I believe if I saw that correctly, the Flu player has map plus evenly matched in hand.
Yep.
Quite unfortunate that evenly matched activates at the end of the battle phase, because I don't quite believe you're getting there.
Nope.
So we were going to go ahead and scoop it up. We know how this combo works. Cleared
Yeah.
quite
That's the
efficiently.
issue you're going to have, but... Do it.
I presume Flu wants to go... Likely wants to go first here,
Man, I would have loved to have had this hand
but
going
against an
first.
OTK deck may actually place your opponent on the play.
Yes.
Okay, we have chosen to go first. Activate Duality.
Duality. Excavate.
Fluanderies being notably one of the few decks that are able to play Duality without feeling too terribly bad about it, as they do not special summon. At least not quite often.
Nope.
For people who at home who may not have seen this card, because you do see it practically only in this deck, it is Excavate the top 3, put one in your hand. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn.
Yep. Play a Prosperity as well.
Duality looks like it was ashed, so we are going to Prosperity instead.
He's got so much pot, bro.
Banish 6, we see
Everything he needed right there.
the entire combo. Yep, looks like that's everything. Map gets us to Robina. Robina gets us to
Oh, congrats on me.
everything else.
Yeah, map's good. Map is good.
We are revealing the Robina. We already had it.
Still knows your OX. Still no X. Keep that going. Yeah, this hand I have would be good going first. It's not very good going second. Oh, it's okay going second, but it's not very good going second. Yep, and then you're gonna do your
Alright,
effect
normal
too.
summon Robina.
Oh, everything's good. Keep
Perfect.
going.
Looks like our 10 player does not have any relevant interaction for the Flu player's turn.
So we have summoned Robina. Robina search Eaglin. Eaglin is going to be normal summoned. Eaglin is going to get one of our big Fluanderies monsters, or big winged beasts specifically. Likely Impen.
Okay, but what do you do when two judges
Could also notably have searched Ryza, Mega Monarch. We're going to tribute the 2 little ones for an Impen. Impen effect is going to find us a... is going to normal summon and find us a Fluandery spell trap.
So remembering Empin, all my attack position monsters effects are negated.
It's another special.
Yeah, any special summoned effect monster or special summoned monsters in attack position to counter your effects.
Very powerful effect against Tenpai specifically.
It's literally you
Kind of the attack of the monster. Yes.
attack it. They come up.
Yes.
Players discussing exactly how obnoxious this card is going to be for Tenpai.
Yeah.
Notably, not only does it negate the effects of special summon monsters in attack position, which is going to be ideally your entire Tenpai lineup, it also, at the beginning of battle, at the beginning of the damage step, allows you to discard it's either discard or banish a winged beast to have the attack of the attack and defense of the attacking monster, which does mess with some math for your OTK strategies.
We go summoning.
Attacking 3 times with a 6k is a lot different than attacking 3 times with a 3k.
True.
Droll, I imagine. You should play Droll this time.
Alright, so we're playing and searching with Second Summoning to get our Pydra.
Okay. Add Pydra.
Add Pydra, discard.
Oh, yeah, discard first, but
I'm a normal summon.
something again. Yeah, go full combo.
Activate Dreaming Town, normal summon an Eaglin. Eaglin Chain. A winged beast was summoned, normal summon, so it's going to activate Robina. Robina is going to return from banish to hand. We're going to get a normal summon from Robina. Robina is going to search. Eaglin added a Mist Valley Apex Avian.
Yep, a very powerful interaction card.
Once per turn, return a Mist Valley card to your hand and negate any effect.
Yep.
So whatever.
Something I've played with quite a bit in my time with a very silly deck.
So we are going to tribute these off for the Apex Avion.
Yep. This seems like it's pretty likely going to lock up the game for the flute player.
A Floodgate plus a back row plus a Omni Negate is quite difficult to play through.
Especially when you can't resolve any of your effects.
We certainly can activate the normal summoned effect of Pydra.
True.
I cannot imagine this will resolve.
Alright, we'll bounce the Apex Avion to negate, destroy.
Opponent has normal summoned, so map is going to allow us to normal summon as well, which is going to summon Toucan. Toucan is going to banish. Or sorry, that was the Ostrich. It's going to banish, then Toucan's going to pick up a card, a Fluandre's card from our banish. And these two are going to be tributed off for Apex that was in our hand again. This is a soft once, so he will be able to negate again.
And I imagine we'll be seeing a concession from the Tenpai player very soon. I can't imagine there's much they can draw that would get them out of this situation. It's possible if we have an out to the M pen that we can play through.
We certainly can play through a single Omni.
Yes.
Tenpai player would like to go to the battle phase. I believe it's likely going to be activating a Kaimen, which will allow us to search a level 4 or lower Fire Dragon and proceed to special summon it because it was activated during the battle phase.
Oh.
We have chosen to go main phase 2 instead and set the Kaimen. Not worth losing this valuable card into Apex Avion.
Appreciate you.
So we have gone to main to activate Kaimen. Looks like we are just in a bit of a desperation moment, going to attempt to resolve anything we can to get through this Apex.
Yep.
I'm on 53.
So we are at 53 to 8k. Attacked with our Impin. Still have one back row unknown. And we have all of the little birds in hand. I believe we are likely going to see a Ryza here, shuffling that, summoning into the deck. So we have not normal summoned yet. We're going to normal summon Eaglin. Eaglin's going to get another Impen. Summon Stree. Stree's going to banish. Summon Avion.
Yep.
Pick up Toucan. Toucan. For people who aren't aware how Fluandre's works, when a winged beast is normal summoned, if there is one of these small birds in your banish, it returns to your hand. Insane resource loop, quite powerful. You will very, very infrequently see Fluandre's players running out of plays or cards in hand.
So this allows you to normal summon an extra time. And then immediately
I believe our 10-pie player here is trying to determine if they have lost the game here or not. We are reading Magnificent Map, understanding that it does indeed allow you to special summon or normal summon a winged beast a second time a turn.
We do have a Talons, which is live because the Apex Avion activated.
We are going to take Impin, clears our floodgate.
Yep.
If he normal summons one of these dragons in his hand, we are going to allow the Flu player to also normal summon and start their chain.
Yep. Which likely just puts another Impet on the board.
I believe if I were this Flu player, I would probably be searching for a Rise of the Mega Monarch.
Oh, yeah.
If we can get the bodies on board to tribute for it. So we're going to get another Stree,
Yeah,
Impin.
Eaglin, which will search a big one. Like you said,
Rise of the Mega Monarch.
Makes perfect sense.
So I believe Eaglin's likely going to summon a Stree. Stree effect is going to resolve, and then we're going to tribute for Rise of the Mega Monarch.
Yeah, no, you can do 3. Your field spell?
Banishing Sing and summoning. I don't believe the deck has a very efficient way to resource loop that from the graveyard, but better go ahead and just remove it while you can.
Yep.
So summon a Toucan. Toucan is going to pick up a Impin from the banish, then normal summon the Impin. Impin is going to search, normal summon. We're going to summon the Rise of the Mega Monarch. Likely believe we were probably going to grab another Dreaming Town, which is the trap card. Ooh, we have chosen to choose the continuous spell instead.
Yep.
This card allows us to, if we are tributing for the summon of a winged beast, we can tribute a card our opponent controls as well as ours.
What's the other target you want to put back in?
So we're going to put our Impin back to hand for the effect of Ryza, place
Shuffle gets
the
shuffled back into the deck.
place the dragon back into deck.
And duality from graveyard to hand.
Game 3.
I believe our Flu player has 9 cards in hand. I would concede to that as well.
Based on timers, I think maybe we should have conceded a couple of turns ago. But perhaps they have an out that I'm not foreseeing in their deck.
I believe opening a lightning storm there would have cleared. I believe our 10-pie player has chosen to go first this game,
And has opened all the combo.
Yeah.
Oh.
and we have been dimension shifted.
Dimension Shifter stops us from special summoning any of our stuff from graveyard, which is integral to the combo. We're not going to get a lot done this turn.
I believe Dimension Shifter reads discard this card until end of turn. Any card that would be sent to the graveyard is banished instead.
Yep.
So we are going to be very reluctant to commit too terribly much of our resources, as we don't want them in the banish zone.
Yep.
If we have any way to put up a form of interaction, whether it's a link perhaps. I can see us committing something small.
Yeah, I'm sorry, banish. Yeah. Activate to add.
We've activated Kaiman. Kaiman is going to add us Chandra.
Yep.
Effective Chandra control by Dragon Special. Okay, so this is where we're gonna need to figure it out. Just synchro.
Sink into
Very good.
Ancient Fairy Dragon.
AFD, a recent unban actually, was banished for several years.
And if I do gain 1,000, then search. But here's the thing: if I have my search target in hand, can I not activate that effect? Because it says you can
That is
destroy
correct.
a field spell you control minimum 1. Then if you do gain 1,000, then you can add a field spell with a different name.
From your deck to your hand.
Yep.
So if it's not in the deck, you can't.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to make sure. Because it's all one effect.
Yes, that is
That's why I
correct.
confused by
It is all one effect. You cannot activate this effect if you can't efficiently resolve it. So if he has both of his other copies of summoning in hand, he is not able to destroy a summoning or a field spell, specifically for AFD, gain 1,000 and search a new one.
You want to take a pause and look it up real quick?
Looks like they're going to consult the rulings. AFD has always been, or Ancient Fairy Dragon has always been a confusing card to resolve correctly. I believe it's one of the few cards that requires its skill, like, it becomes a more powerful card the better the player using it is. It scales with skill. I don't believe there was a judge present at this event, so we are going to resort to the database for rulings.
I'm not seeing anything right away for the fact that I can't add.
Yugi Wiki is
No, but that's the first. Yeah, this is the TCG. Yes. I'm gonna go check another site just to make sure.
Looks like they're having trouble finding the specific ruling.
Which I can't be surprised about. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings are incredibly complicated.
And not terribly accessible.
That's nice. So you can destroy,
Gain 1,000.
gain 1,000, but you just don't have to search because that's optional.
Okay, so yeah, total destroy and gain 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've determined that they are going to destroy, gain 1,000, and refuse to, or decline to
Effect
search.
a special from the hand. A level 4 lower from the hand.
Second effect, special A, Ash Blossom Enjoys Spring.
Yep, it is a tuner.
I believe we're going to synchro for a 10.
So no spells?
No spells. No more Robina.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's a Nirvana High Paladin and a Secret Village of the
He doesn't
Spellcasters.
actually do anything. He's just existing here solely for this. I believe
Secret Village of the Spellcasters is a field spell that says if you control a spellcaster,
have your opponent's life points.
yeah, if you control a spellcaster, you can activate spells. If your opponent does not control a spellcaster, they cannot activate spells.
Yep. He's gonna pop that in a second. Yep. Full story, bro. I want to pop that.
Unfortunately, it appears that our Flu player has opened Robina regardless. We will not be using our spells to search for it.
Yes, I found it very interesting when I looked at it too.
So Robina is going to run through our resource loop again. Robina search Eaglin. Eaglin is going to find, I believe, M-Pen. Additional normal summon is going to tribute our 2 small birds into banish.
What was the other?
If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, hang it.
Impen notably not able to attack over Nirvana High Paladin at 3,300 attack.
Spin it back. Yep, spin it back.
So
Yep.
we'll have
On
to
the
find
normal
another
summon
out.
of Impen, we're going to pick up Eaglin from the banish. We have 1 additional normal summon this turn from Impen and a search for a spell card. I think we are going to decline to search for the spell card as we are not able to activate it at the moment.
Well, if I can just spin back, yep.
Go to battle. During attack, we are going to discard our bird
Like 10, 15.
to have the stats of the spellcaster.
That's what
Attack
Gavin took
over.
over.
He will be placed in the pendulum zone upon destruction.
Oh, so the 1,000 you gained, you lost.
Yeah, it's great. I do need to check another.
Yep. This is going to put, well,
This turns spell cards back on.
for our opponent, but the
But turns them
Tenpai
off
player
for
will
us.
not be able to play spells. Which I believe also means they can't play a second summoning over the field spell they already have.
That is correct.
Yep.
Truly a double-edged sword. Looks like the Flu player has set 2. I would assume at least one of those is a Dreaming Town, and we are going to, I believe, pass on M-Pin Go.
Oh, you're seeing if that
That's like our 10-player player is trying to confirm
No, so
something.
what I'm doing, yeah, well, that's one thing I'm checking. But I'm also
I likely believe they are trying to find out if they can place a summoning over top of this Secret Village of Spellcasters.
Which I do not believe they can.
I do not believe so either. And looks like he has confirmed that ruling. He is not able to do so.
Thing that I was checking.
Our Flu player has activated Draw Phase Featherstorm, which means if you control a wind winged beast monster, negate the activated effects of monsters or cards your opponent controls until the end phase.
And that'll be a concession from our Tenpai player.
We have effectively turn skipped into a win.
That was game 3. He got it.
Looks like that was game 3, so Flu takes it 2-1. Congratulations to Chris. Well played. Resource loop, absolutely insane. Flu Andres continues to be a meta threat despite being, at this point, feels like a bit of an older deck. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. See you next time.
Thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and tune in next time.